What do you enjoy at your job?
What do I enjoy about the job? Well, it's given me the opportunity to study for different things in my life. I finished up college, I got my teaching certificate. I did a couple independent studies while I've been here. So that aspect is of being able to work at a desk and take care of some personal items. Other things I enjoy are the people, being able to meet and feed off of other people's energies and see how successful people operate, and I've enjoyed that, knowing that everybody gets up and has to work at their profession, and the people that work harder are the ones that are gonna succeed. That's just one aspect of the people that are here that I've enjoyed. Other aspects, I'll enjoy being right down here by Oak Street Beach, seeing the people, being part of 999, and I've got a lot of people that come up and ask for directions. I enjoy being part of Chicago. It's a very high-profile building, and working here at 999 makes me feel like I'm more a part of the city, more a part of Chicago. There's other aspects. That's pretty much sums it up. Is that I was able to take care of some personal things while I'm working at the desk. The people that are here, and the feeling of being more of a part of Chicago, working down here on East Lakeshore Drive.
What does it mean to be a doorman?
It means I have to press people in. What it means to be a doorman. It means that you have to be there, and you're. So sorry. I have been feeling too so like. What it means to be a doorman is not only merely opening up doors and helping people with their packages, but it also means to be a security guard to block to guard people's privacy. People are counting on the doorman to be a security guard. They count on them to be the proverbial note on the refrigerator, or
Yeah. All right. Okay.
You want to start over?
So what do you enjoy about being a doorman?
I enjoy a bunch of aspects of being a doorman. First of all, I enjoy the ability to do some personal things on the job. I've been able to take care of some independent study classes for the university I go to. I finished up my degree on the job doing independent studies. I was able to do some reading, do some papers, and different things like that. So in between my duties, I was able to work on different studies. So that was one aspect of being a doorman that I really enjoyed. Another aspect is the people. I mean, the people here have given me a lot of insight to what it means to be successful. I see that people don't, people that are successful get up out of bed early and work on their professions. They're carefully structure their lives so that they're able to do the things that they want to do. I mean, there's just an abundance of information and lessons that I've learned that can't even be written down by just seeing professional, successful people in their daily lives. I think it's something that's going to affect me for the rest of my life. I really think that I'm a better person, or I'm equipped with more of an understanding of what one has to do to be successful. Um, Lastly, but not least of all, I enjoy working here at 999, being down on East Lake Shore Drive, being right across from Oak Street Beach. I feel like I'm more a part of Chicago. I feel like I'm a part of the city. Being a doorman, I feel like I'm sort of an ambassador. There's tourists, there's different people that come down this street that are in awe of East Lake Shore Drive. And when I walk out there and representing the building, people may ask me questions or directions, and I feel like I'm an ambassador of 999, but also an ambassador of the city, to be polite, and I'm representing the city, East Lake Shore Drive, and the people that live here. So I just like being a part of Chicago, and being down here in East Lake Shore Drive makes me more of a part of the city.
What do you dislike about the job?
Hi, guys.
Hello, Doctor.
What do you enjoy about being a doorman?
There's many things that I enjoy about being a doorman, but specifically I can think of a few off the top of my head. First of all, I enjoy the ability to do personal things on the job. I have to get.
So what do you enjoy about being a doorman?
Well, there's a few things that come to mind, but first of all, the opportunity to do personal things on the job. In between opening doors in the mail and the various duties that I do, there is a amount of time that I can do certain things. I was able to finish off a couple independent studies, and during my off time here, downtime, and I was able to finish up my degree. So that's one aspect that I enjoy of being a doorman. I enjoy the people that are down here. I've seen successful people, and I've learned a lot of lessons from them. I've learned that they get up in the morning and have very structured lives and work hard to attain and maintain their position in life. And I think I can't say off the top of my head what kind of lessons I've learned, but I've seen that nobody has it easy, and successful people have to stay on top of things if they're going to remain successful. I mean, they're just like anybody else. They strive and work hard, and that's something that some people don't realize. That people that are successful work hard at being successful, and just seeing them in their other aspects of their lives, just seeing how they live their lives. I don't exactly know how to explain it. Even when they party, or how they treat people, or how they set up for different events. It's just it's very interesting, and it's given me some insight that I think that'll really help me throughout my life. I enjoy being a doorman down on East Lake Shore Drive because I feel like I'm part of the city. A lot of tourists and people come down to East Lake Shore Drive, and they love the view. Many people come up and ask me questions, and I enjoy being an ambassador of Chicago and an ambassador of 999. I like representing the quality people that live here, and it sounds kind of offbeat, but I do enjoy representing these people because I think they're basically really nice people, and I like to reflect. I really like to reflect that in my job. Of course, I also enjoy the money. I mean, I wouldn't be a doorman for free. I enjoy the monetary aspects of it. It can at times be very profitable, and I can't lie about that. I mean, that's why I was basically here. So those are the main reasons why I enjoy being a doorman, or some of the things I enjoy being a doorman about.
What do you dislike about the job?
There can be some days where it just gets too monotonous. usually I try and keep myself busy, but sometimes monotony breaks in when there's nothing going on. Sometimes I just get a little too antsy, and time seems to drag. Sometimes there's a lack of harmony between the doorman and the janitors, or doorman and doorman. And that happens in any job, but that's what I dislike. There's other things that I can't really place my finger on right at this point, but I'm sure there's little things that nag at you, and you don't even know what they are until they happen. But basically, my biggest thing that I don't like about being a doorman is the monotony, and sometimes I feel like I'm not utilizing some of my other talents. I mean, I feel like maybe my biceps are getting a workout from opening a door, but then my intelligence is not getting much of a workout.
What does it mean to be a doorman?
Well, I've touched on it before.
Stop.
Oh,
Don't go back.
okay. What is it?
What does it mean to be a doorman?
To be a doorman is to be a variety of things to a variety of people. First and foremost, I think that doormans are a security guard. They're here to protect the residents from any harm. They are a security system. We're here to call up, make sure that the people that go up to their apartments or complexes, whatever you like to call them, are people that they indeed want to go up there. I mean, first and foremost, I think security. We're also here to collect packages, and we're just here to make sure that everything is moving in a nice, slow. Everything moves smoothly. That's what I'm trying to get out. We have packages come in that need to be signed. People that live here are really busy people. They have a lot of things going on, and we're kind of a security valve here to make sure that if something happens, that somebody is on the premises to make sure that oh man, I'm screwing up. I'm sorry.
What does it mean to be a doorman?
First and foremost, to be a doorman is you're here to be a security guard. You're here to protect the people that live here, the residents, from any harm. That's, I think, is the main purpose of a doorman. And
what does it mean to be a doorman?
first and foremost, to be a doorman means to be a security guard. I think that's the main purpose of a doorman. You want to protect the residents from any harm. You want to make sure that the people that go up to their complex are...
What does it mean to be a doorman?
First and foremost, to be a doorman is to be a... Further away, or am I okay?
What does it mean to be a doorman?
What does it mean to be a doorman? First and foremost, to be a doorman, I think...
What does it mean to be a doorman?
What does it mean to be a doorman? To be a doorman, first and foremost, I believe, is to be a security guard. I believe you're here to protect the residents that live in the building from harm. You're here to make sure that the people that come in and want to see the people that live here are indeed friends or have an appointment. People that live here want a doorman in front of their house for a reason. They want people to be checked out. And first and foremost, I think that's what we're here for, is for security. We're also here to sign for packages and things like of that nature. We're here to make sure that someone is on the premises in case something like that needs to be handled. I mean, people that live here at 999 may need to go on business trips or travel. They need to make sure that their correspondence, their mail or whatever is kept safe. they may need to make sure that maybe they have a question or have a message that needs to be relayed to somebody else that's going to stop by. So we're a little bit of a message center. We're like a secretary for the building, you know, kind of taking care of items that just need to be, little items that need to be taken care of, you know. I mean, it's we're just here to cover a spectrum of small duties. That's pretty much what I think what it means.
What do you enjoy about the job?
What do I enjoy about the job? Well, first thing I enjoy is the ability to, or the opportunity, I should say, to take care of personal things during my downtime when I'm not taking somebody up in the elevator or doing mail or opening the door. There's an opportunity to take care of personal items. I was able to finish school because I was a doorman. I was taking classes or studies that were independent studies, that I was able to take the books and write my papers here at work. And being a doorman, I was able to take 2 independent study classes and finish those classes here while at work. Another thing I like about being a doorman is that I am able to see people that have been successful in their lives on a regular basis. I'm able to see that they get up and work hard to maintain their standard of living. I'm able to see how they react to different things in their lives. I mean, there's a lot of lessons to be learned that you really can't put a name on or really place. You have to kind of feel the aura and of successful people and try and emulate that in your life if you're going to succeed. And just being around a person or people that have been successful, they just kind of give off this vibe, and you kind of feed off it. You know, there's a certain way to take care of business, a certain way you greet people. I mean, there's just a lot of different things that I've seen that I can't really explain that I believe are going to help me in my future. And I also like being a doorman, or what I like about being a doorman is I'm here on East Lakeshore Drive, and I feel like I'm part of the city, a part of the city of Chicago. I mean, we have tourists that come walking down here that are just in awe of these buildings. They just like the view, and just being here downtown is exciting. I just feel like an ambassador of the city. So those are just, there's many things that I enjoy about being a doorman, but those pretty much are at the top of the list.
What do you dislike about the job?
Well, sometimes being down here at 999, or I would assume in any doorman job, that there's a certain amount of monotony that happens, and it could be with even in any job, but sometimes it gets monotonous, just taking care of doors, opening doors, doing the same thing over and over again. Then there is the downtime, and if you don't have the motivation to get things done on your downtime, then you can just find yourself staring out a window going a little stir crazy. Also, there's relationships with different people that work here that sometimes become a little ruffled, but I mean, that happens at every job. I think that being a doorman has the same kind of dislike. You have the same kind of dislikes as any other job. It's just that if you really want to, if I really was to point out the one thing that I really dislike about the job, it's sometimes is the monotony, and and that sometimes I feel like I'm wasting some of my ability as a person just sitting here opening doors. I think that there's going to come a time where I'm going to have to expand my horizons.
Credit.
weird things. There's always little weird things that are going on or whatever. But they're like one of the weird things was I'm over to the door this late at night. I'm working a night shift for someone, and here comes this carriage, and the guy is all bundled up, but in the back is a lady, and she's bent over, and the man is having his fun on her. They're going to town, and the carriage is rocking away, and it goes by. They didn't even pay attention to me. I could see right in there and everything. It's just like unbelievable. What's the world coming to? But the other for kind of weird things around here is we had one of the doormen that kind of went off the rocker. There was some kind of mistake of somehow there was a person in here in the building. All the doors are locked, but there was a person in the building. They don't know how she got in, and one doorman was blaming the other doorman, and they kind of got an argument. And one doorman named Pete was blaming the other doorman, and they got. In fact, Pete was threatening to kill the other doorman, because it was all his fault and everything. And the other doorman said, I don't know what happened, but it wasn't me. You're the person who let him in. Anyway, neither one knew how a lady got in, but when I came to work, Pete was yelling at our boss and was trying to explain everything to him and tell him that it wasn't his fault that the person came in. And when I walked in, he started jumping on me, saying, "Look, this is what happened, this, and this," and nobody seemed to know how the person got in, but because Pete has always been or had been a person who didn't really care about anybody in the building, didn't really care about doing his job, was just here, kind of. A lot of times he drank and wasn't here, but I told him, if you'd quit being so lazy and get on your job and start watching what's happening all the time. And he said, "You calling me lazy?" And I said, "Yeah." And so he reached back and swung and hit me, and so I don't know really what happened, but next thing I know, he was on the floor, and Mario, the head guy, he came out, and Pete came after me again and said he was going to kill me, and he swung again, and this time I rammed his head in the wall, and Mario was yelling at me to keep away from the guy because I'm hurting him, and he says, "Get away from him. He's trying to kill you." He kept saying that "I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you." And what they kept telling me was that I kept yelling at him, "Don't you understand? This is your job. You're ruining your job." And so the head guy told me to leave him alone and come back here, even though the other guy was after me. And Pete said, if Albert thinks this is over, it's not. And then I got a call. I had to go up in the elevator, and so when I got down the elevator, Mario had called over to the head place, and he was fired almost immediately. They had been waiting for the chance to get rid of him, but he just kind of went off the wall, and he wanted to. Actually, I guess earlier in the day, what I understand, he wanted to beat up on one doorman, and then he wanted to beat up on the head janitor, and then when I got here, he was after me. So finally, it was his turn to leave, I guess you can say. But it's what all the people in the building have been waiting for, because they feel he was a person who didn't do his job and could care less about the people. So they were happy really to see him go. But it's just a couple of things. There's other weird things that happen all the time, and from also another one, like a person comes home from a trip, and they just go to bed. They're so tired. The next morning they get up and they find that their window is broken out, and there's handprints all over the wall. It looks like somebody broke in, had come across the roof, gone down the fire escape, and broke through the window, and was going around in the dark, and wherever they touched the wall, trying to feel around, had black marks all over the wall, and they couldn't see anything missing. So but the window was broken and so forth, and they saw the handprints, but little things like that. I shouldn't say that's a little thing, but I would say it's not uncommon. I mean, it's uncommon for people to break in, but it's little weird things you see on the street, and and goings on that are, exciting. I guess you can say for life to see people doing weird things. That's about it. Now that I moved around so much.
So what kind of weird things have gone on here?
Oh, actually, there's lots of things that go on all the time here that are different or weird and so forth. But for here inside the building, it's mainly either people that you feel are doing something wrong or other doormen. In fact, there was an incident where between two doormen, some lady got in the building somehow with all the doors being locked. But this lady got in, nobody knew how she got in, and she took one of the elevators up. And these are manual operated elevators. And anyway, after she was out of the building, the two doormen were arguing about whose fault it was and how she got in. And they were each blaming each other. And one of the doormen named Pete, who wasn't a very good doorman anyway, who could care less about the people or about really doing his job. And he was really a hothead, and he was blaming the other doorman, and he basically threatened to kill him and wanted to fight him and so forth. And so the head janitor came out, and they were talking, and Pete also threatened him and was yelling at him. And when I finally came in to come on duty, he come over and started talking to me about what was going on and how this person got in, and said it was the other person's fault, and both of them were blaming each other. And because he really could care less about his job and could care less about what he was doing, I said, well, if you quit being a lazy bum and start doing your job, everything will be all right. And so he says, you calling me lazy? I said, yeah, you are lazy. And so he hit me. And the next thing I know, I don't know how it happened, but he was laying on the floor. And then he came after me again and went to hit me again, and I rammed his head in the wall, and the head janitor come out and was, saying, come on, Albert, we gotta get away from this guy. And I'm yelling at the guy saying, you stupid idiot, don't you know this is your job? You're gonna lose your job for what you're doing. And he didn't care. He just still wanted to fight. He wanted to take me on, and he said he was gonna kill me. And my elevator rang, so I had to run and bring it up. And he told the head janitor at the time, if Albert thinks this is over, then he's got another thing coming. And by the time I got down, Mario had called the head office, and so they basically fired him soon after. And so it's not only you have to watch out for the people, you got to watch out for the people you work with also. So it's just little incidents like that. I shouldn't say little, because that was a big one. And the people around were happy, really, because they were happy to see him go, because he wasn't much of a doorman, and he wasn't doing his job much. So it was an opportunity for them to really get rid of somebody that they didn't like. And that's about it.
Key, I'm sure. How you doing?
You have a nice evening.
Yeah, let's do. All right.
Nice to see you again
Nice to
tonight.
meet you. Okay.
Okay, we'll take us up to our floor, please.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So, what's a typical day for you like when you're coming over here?
Typical day is usually I wake up approximately 5 o'clock. My kids go to like a special church, kind of like seminary thing they call in the morning. Make sure everything, they get off all right. Then go back to bed until about 7. Wake up my other children, get them ready for school, and they're off at 8. Then usually, if I'm not helping my wife bring my baby or some of the other kids out on auditions or jobs, then I go ahead and do some odd jobs, which I always have people waiting to do anything, everything from electrical to carpentry, painting, anything, building stairs, whatever. Then after I do that, I usually come home, take a shower, and head here to work at, usually leave home at 3 o'clock, get here about 18 to 20 after, and get changed and come back on duty, and then start this whole thing all over again. Just waiting on people, and trying to put a smile on your face and keep people happy, and that's basically the day. And then get off at 11:30 and go to bed till 5 o'clock in the morning again. And it's I don't probably get in bed till because you get home and you're wound up after driving home, and so you don't usually hit bed till 12:30, 1 o'clock anyway. So sometimes you can get pretty tired with that schedule. But that's what basically a normal one day is for me. It may not be the most exciting, but it seems like I'm always busy, always doing something. There's always people wanting me here, wanting me there, helping them out.
Okay. What's a regular day when you're coming to work here like?
Well, normal day, I get up about 5 o'clock, make sure the kids are getting ready for school. Again, that's part of the kids leave then, and then the rest of my kids leave at basically 8 o'clock. I get up about 7, make sure they're all set. Do odd jobs during the day. After the odd jobs, take a shower, come here. After I get dressed, talk with everybody a little bit, greet them, then come out and talk to the specific doorman about what is going on, whose keys are whose, what packages are in, any specific instructions for any shareholder in the building, and if there's any problems with the building or any elevators broken down, or any specifics that you need to address to make sure that everything's running properly. And then usually try to get a quick look at the newspaper before someone usually calls, and I guess because I'm kind of a handyman, everybody usually calls and asks me, hey, I've got this broken or that broken, and that starts the evening off with me trying to fix something. Then just up and down, and anytime anybody comes to the doors or are leaving, and just greeting the people, being happy, make sure you have a smile on your face, and so forth. And then try to take a little break and eat whatever you can find on hand, or many times some of the people are really nice and will bring down a little snack for you or something, and that's nice, and we appreciate it a lot. And then there's some people who always when they have parties, they always bring food down, so that's really nice. Other than that, just watching the doors. As you can see, once in a while, I'll look over here to see that nobody's coming in or out, or any car coming by, to see what's happening. Trying to keep on the ball. And also, anytime you hear any sound, you're like, where's the sound come from? Anybody coming down? Do I need to go out and help? If somebody drives in the back, go lift out the groceries for them, help them bring them in, whatever. If they're walking the dog, open the door for them, and there's a lot of things going on. Like here we have a gate in the back. Is the gate working properly? Can people get out, get in? If they have people visiting them, they have no idea how the gate works, and they need to get in the back. And so you're always worrying about how somebody else is going to be doing something. Oh, looks like someone's here. Gotta go.
All right.
Is it on?
Yeah.
See, as I was telling you, you always have to watch, and there's always someone coming, and if you hear a noise, you have to watch and see what's going on all the time. And that's what we do. That's basically the job, period.